coming up live now. Okay. Thank you guys so much for connecting this morning. Morning, Trika. I pray that all you guys are having a pretty good morning so far. It's beautiful outside. Pray you also had a great week on last week. Gonna be getting started here in just a couple minutes. Give a few more people time to connect. Good morning, Sephoria. Thanks so much for connecting. Anita, good morning to you. I missed you all so much last week. Good morning to you, Tay. You guys just give it a couple more minutes. We're going to give people time to connect. And we'll be getting started here shortly. I missed y'all last week. Fam, good morning to you. Thanks for connecting with us this morning. So we're going to give about another minute and we'll go ahead and get started. Good morning, Pastor Linda Lewis. Thanks so much for connecting this morning. right, we're gonna go ahead and get started this morning. I pray that all of you guys have had a great week, great weekend so far. Good morning, Miss Dunn. Thanks for connecting this morning. I pray that all has been well with you guys. I missed you guys on last week, man. I was out here struggling. I was fighting for my life. They was trying to take me out. It was a whole gang of allergies and stuff. No, but thank God we're doing better right now this week. But I do have something I want to share with you guys. I know we missed a lot of news and other things that's going on in our country, but a lot of it is a continuation of things that has already been in progress and in work. So make sure that you take a minute today to come up to speed on what's going on in the world that you live in. This morning, I want to talk about something because on last week when I wasn't feeling as well. Good morning, Chandra. Thanks so much for connecting with us. When I wasn't feeling well, I was laying in bed and had my phone and my tablets um, in bed with me, and so I spent an unusual amount of time unusual for me, on social media. Um, and I was like, man, I don't see how people can do it all day, every day, all through the night, before day in the morning, all that, because it's a lot. And so after a couple days, I was like, man, let me get off this and get back to what I do, because this is not it. And something that I noticed, and I want to talk to you guys about today, is I want you to be aware of the power and the dangers of echo chambers. Now, let me say, what's an chamber? Echo chambers, um, online or social media platforms, there are groups of people who share the same mentality, same views, and same thoughts on particular subjects. And when you're caught in the echo chamber, your algorithm will adjust so that all of the stuff that you're seeing on your feed, it will be from posts and articles and stuff of people of the same mentality that you have, thus creating this community within the community of a sect of people that share all the same views. Now, you say, what's wrong with that? Everything in the world. Because if in fact you are caught in an echo chamber, you are locking out the you're locking out the ability or the power of critical thinking, because sometimes through critical thinking we're able to see things different and have a change of heart and mind and understanding. And but without this, there is no way to offset a lot of these theories that people have and misinformation. You're subject to it because everywhere you look, you can go and find supporting articles or posts for something that has been put out there in misinformation. And so you may say, well, Pastor, it don't apply to me because I'm not really on social media like talking about it. It still applies because echo chambers didn't start at social media. They started in the circle of people that's around you. Okay. And so I want to say to you who may not be as active on social media, you also have to be careful of the echo chambers of your circle, because if you're not talking with anyone that thinks outside of the mentality of your circle, you can be boxed or locked in to the same degree. And misinformation can not only be spread, but it can also be established, right? And so you'll begin to subscribe to things that are not necessarily so, ultimately working against you in the long run, especially when it comes to diversity and having a broader perspective and being able to have a broader outlook on things. And so I want to talk about some of the dangers of echo chambers, but I also want to talk about the need to make sure that the echo chambers that you are in, so to speak, that they are healthy for you and that they are diverse enough to continuously cause you to grow. You know, if you have friends and associates and you guys talk about the exact same things every time that you talk, is there an opportunity for growth there in that relationship? That's a question you have to ask yourself. Is this a productive relationship? Am I going to grow? Am I going to get something out of this? Or will we always come together and talk about the same thing? And you figure you talk a few hours a week. When you combine the time that you talk, just say 3, 4 hours, that's 20 hours or so in a 5 week month. 20 hours talking about something that is senseless, something that is not sustained by information, facts, or evidence, and you just continually feeding that over the years, and you find yourself at a point where it's time for you to transition into another mentality, but you have hundreds of hours of study and data on this thing that you're trying to transition out of, and you're asking yourself, why is it so hard for me to break from this? It's because of how much time you have invested and how much time you've done in this one particular echo chamber. And to come out of that and try to enter into another one, it sounds like noise because it's conflicting with everything that you have according to the mentality that's been developed within the echo chamber that you frequent. And so, when you, oh my God, I don't even want to say this right now, but I am because I need to. When you are when you are in a hard time, having a hard time in your life, you struggling with something, you don't need to talk to people that you don't always need to talk to people that understand your struggle, okay? Because their understanding of your struggle only substantiate and stabilize you in the struggle. It's a confirmation that your struggle is real, although there is no solution for how to break it. And if you're caught in the echo chamber where everybody understands everything that you go through and there is no a difference of perspective, and everything you say, regardless of how horrible or hard or harsh it is, you have someone on the other end or in the same echo chamber saying, yeah, I know what you mean. I was just going through that last week. I know. I dealt with that already. That stuff, that's not healthy. And whenever you become overwhelmed and you feel like your life is becoming a blur or just one mundane sound, this is the time for you to change echo chambers and get around, surround yourself with people who are saying things to challenge the way that you see and perceive life, and more specifically, your own life. You need to talk about things. Surround yourself with people who are on a discovery mission, not people who already got all the answers. Because really, the people with the most answers don't realize it because they're always in discovery. They're always trying to find out something else. They're always trying to see what else there is to this life that they live. They're always looking at other opportunities to grow and to stretch their minds and stretch their capacities beyond where it has always been set. And the failure to do so is the risk of being caught in an echo chamber that your truth only exists in it. Because if the things that you believe, if the truth, if your truth, the truth about your perspective, if it only exists in your echo chamber and not beyond, that is not truth, that is belief. And that belief is not based upon discovery, facts, and evidence. That truth is only based upon your echo chamber. And you take it on the outside and it don't stand a chance against the truth or the reality of what's going on between beyond your bubble. And what happens is we run back to our bubble. And when people begin to introduce new ideas, new ideology, should I say, new thoughts, new perspectives, what you do is you double down and you run back to your echo chamber because you need somebody to confirm what it is that you have grown to believe because that's all you've been exposed to. There are some people they're born in a certain state, they live in that state, they never leave that state, never travel. There's some people that live in my city that ain't been past Texas. I'm serious. And so their perspective, it's impossible for them to have a global perspective because they have not been exposed to a national perspective. And so they believe that the whole world looked like the small radius, geographical radius that they've been wandering in all of their lives. And the same is true when it comes to our engagement on social media. And what happens is you think that the world, the real world, the physical one, is operating and moving just like social media. No, social media, the algorithm have created the world that has your interest. That's all it, when you look at if all you see is fighting and half-dressed women shaking their stuff and all of this, if that's all you see in your algorithm, that's the world you created. And you hurry up and you scroll past those videos that will begin to talk about different things because that's not your world and it don't exist. Even politically, this stuff can become polarizing if you just continue to subject yourself to it because it only reinforces what you already believe. And just because you believe it doesn't mean that it is the truth. Your children believe that you are a superhero. They really believe it. But you know that, no, I'm not a superhero. I get tired too. I want somebody to come in and rescue me as well, you know? But because you are the dominant figure in their world, that's all they know. And the same becomes true beyond your childhood. And so I want to challenge you this morning to make sure that you check in your echo chamber. Make sure that you're surrounding yourself with people that think differently from you. Man, listen, my partners that I invest with, we have three totally different mentalities. We talk about the same subject from three different perspectives. And when I tell you the conversations get heated, they get heated because we all have our own perspective, but always without fail at the end of every Zoom, at the end of every meeting, we all come to a common resolve. And that common resolve usually includes all three perspectives. Now, there's some times when either one of us can be just dead wrong about something. But without other people cross examining that, you can continue to believe what you want to believe, and that can ultimately obstruct and hinder the, the, the productivity and the profits in your future investments. And so you have to be willing to yield in our group. See, there is no pride and ego and need to be right in our group. We don't need that. And most people remain in the same echo chambers is because they need to be right. Whenever the scripture says, let this mind be in you that was also in Christ Jesus, what he was saying was, when Christ came, he didn't come and subscribe to one echo chamber. He wasn't around only needy people, contrary to what you've been taught in Sunday school when they raising money for the outreach program or the missions trip. He was not only around needy people. He was not only around commoners. He was around royalty as well. Now watch this. He was even around the religious hypocrites. He was not reduced to a single echo chamber. And some of you, and let me say this, some of you, you need to go back and revisit the way that you feel about church. Because some of us, we've seen so much and we've been turned off. And I've been there until it almost makes your skin crawl to talk to somebody that's just overly churched. But you still need that in your life. And the reason why you still need that in your life, because it could cross-examine some of your new perspectives. Because the more open-minded you become about other things, the more accepting you become. And the more accepting you become, the more you have a tendency to compromise. So you still need somebody in your life that has those good old roots in the faith and in what they believe in the power of Jesus Christ. We still need that. But if you get caught in one of these new echo chambers where there are entire mega ministries that have been built up on people discrediting everything that has been taught in the faith prior to now. And some people are caught in that echo chamber. You still need to go back and you still need to be subject and be exposed to some of that stuff. When it comes to your financial predicament and where you are in life, you need to expose yourself with some other people, not just people that work in your same career field. You need to be exposed to some other people that's doing it a different way, that's getting money a different way, so that you'll know that it's possible and it'll open you up for the possibilities of sharing the same experience. But when you get caught in one of these echo chambers, it becomes your prison. And an echo chamber is one of the dangers of an echo chamber is it could just it can cause so much division between you and the rest of reality. Because an echo chamber will zero in and give you tunnel vision on what it is that you believe. And everything and everyone in every place that you look, you'll find the confirmation to substantiate what it is that you believe, which will further cause you to be more comfortable staying in that particular mindset. And then the spread of misinformation in these chambers, it is just crazy. Last week when I was in there, I was looking at some of the stuff and I was like, that's wrong. But then I started seeing so many people, so many articles just confirming the misinformation. I have tens of thousands, some hundreds of thousands of likes and comments agreeing with something that in reality is absurd. But in that echo chamber, it is believed. And so, what I want you to do, what I want you to challenge yourself with doing, is I want you to challenge yourself to move out of the echo chamber that you're most comfortable in, and allow yourself to enter into discovery. Because some things you may believe, but you may not believe it to the degree that you need to because you're stuck in the echo chamber. Some things you can further believe and verify that what you believe is not just a belief, but it is truth. Because belief is not necessarily truth. Belief is only truth. It is when it can be substantiated outside of your echo chamber. So surround yourself with people, connect with people that are thinking differently. Whenever Christ came to connect in choosing his disciples, he didn't connect with people that had the same backstory that he did. He did not. He didn't come and say, oh, yeah, the same background. Let's connect. Yep, same background. Your dad a carpenter, my dad a carpenter. Yep. I was born of a virgin, you were born of a virgin. He didn't do that. When he came to connect, he made sure that his echo chamber, and think about it, every discussion they had, they never agreed totally on anything, even until the end. They didn't even agree with him when he said, if you destroy this temple in 3 days, I'll lift it up again. They did not even believe him. They challenged that. And it's important for you to have that because that is balance. That is the balance that we lack in this world that we live in. Oh my goodness. We have a lack of that balance because we are so comfortable in our echo chambers. And when someone comes to say something to disrupt what your ears have been conditioned to hear, it messes you up. And some of you guys probably on here trying to figure out what I'm talking about right now this morning. Hey, what is Pastor talking about this morning? Doc must ain't have enough coffee. I didn't, but we're having a conversation. We're having a conversation because it's important. It's important that you understand that until you break out of your echo chamber, you're going to be limited by it. And everything you need to hear and everything that you need to know is not always in your echo chamber. If, in fact, I would gather my associates that I speak to on a regular, you wouldn't be able to tell what type of people I like because it's all different types. I got friends that's pushing 70, and I love talking to them. Love talking to them. I got friends that still throw parties and DJ, still in the music industry, and I love talking to them. White-collar professionals, blue-collar professionals. Then I still talk to hustlers, too. He calling me, man, like they got the goods. Hey, look, I'm about to get ready to put these T-shirts out. Like, yeah, send me one. Shoot me one of the T-shirts. Got new merch coming. And well, let's do it. When we get them. It's because I won't allow myself to get stuck in an echo chamber because I understand how dangerous it is. Because that's when people become extreme and radical. You ever seen somebody that's just extreme? And all of the conspiracy theories, they own it. And you cannot tell them. You can make a joke about the Illuminati, boy, and they are coming with all of this stuff. Okay, so you do know that it was a blood sacrifice, and that's the reason why she wear her hair that color, because they have to take three strands of their original color hair. They dyed in the blood. They put it in the sun and let it wait. And then whenever a sparrow, it got to be a sparrow will come and take it as close to the sun and it come back blonde. And that's why she changed her hair color. And you subscribe to all of that because that's your echo chamber. And conspiracy after conspiracy, and everything that you know, everything that you believe, your every topic of discussion is a conspiracy theory because that's the echo chamber that you're in. Then there are other chambers out there. You need to go and visit some of those family oriented echo chambers. It'll help you. It'll be good. You won't always want to bat your kid upside the head. Okay. Okay. You know, some you can be in some echo chambers, man, and don't nobody like their kids, and you in there too. You talking on the phone and fussing with the kids, and they on the other line fussing with their kids. Girl, I can't stand these kids. Me either. I want to put mine in the closet. I started to put mine in the dryer just now. And that's the echo chamber. And so you don't enjoy it. But if you go and visit another echo chamber that's family oriented, you realize you don't have to hate your spouse or your kids. You don't always have to be overwhelmed. And let me say this to you, mental health specialists. If you get into other echo chambers and expose yourself, everything is not mental health. Everything is not having to guard your mental and having to guard your peace. My God, what do you think that people did for thousands of years before you arrived here? Before we start going through this phase, you don't think anybody had mental health issues? But we were able to manage them and acknowledging the fact that you're frail mentally and your psychological fragility is at risk. Acknowledging it is not protecting it. Talking about it is not protecting it. But if that's your echo chamber, you will begin to expect that everybody should respect the fact that you have a psychological fragility issue that you're dealing with. You don't build your house there. That's all I'm saying. And except you surround yourself with people who are thinking different, you're gonna be stuck. Surround yourself with some people that's talking about where it is you want to go, what it is you want to do, how it is you can become better, something else that you could possibly find interest in besides what it is that you're already interested in. The reason why we're so heartbroken when certain things happen or don't happen is because we have all of our eggs in one basket. Your whole mentality is based up on one thing, and if that one thing is debunked, then you fall completely apart. And you call, Doc, I need to talk. I'm just so confused. I feel lost. Why? Because I thought that they said, or I thought we were supposed to be doing this, or I thought it would happen like this, and it just seemed like it's the total opposite. Well, that was a possibility from the beginning, but you only fed yourself one side of it, one possibility. And when that don't play out, then now all of a sudden, here we are. Shake yourself. Awake yourself. Come out of those echo chambers. And become otherwise minded so that you will not always have to wrestle with being stuck. Allow yourself to enter into discovery. It's going to be for your benefit in the end. Because whenever you allow yourself to enter into discovery, you're literally opening yourself up for God to show you, share with you more than what you have already seen and what you've already learned of Him. And that's what it's about at the end of the day. That's what it's about. But you watch those echo chambers. Don't allow yourself to stay in a certain echo chamber until your empathy begins to erode and your perspective is reduced. Your understanding is reduced or minimized. And you like, man, I don't get it. All you got to do is just go online and do this and do that. Man, no. It's not always that simple. Sometimes you got to do the work a little bit more. But the work going to seem like a lot until you enter into an echo chamber where people making it look like it's light work. Some of the things that are possible for you. Now listen, we're just about finished. Some of the things that are possible for you and that are very easily attainable, the reason why that seems far-fetched is because of the echo chamber you're in. If, in fact, if I said to you, hey, listen, next week need to be a $10,000 week for us. We all need to make $10,000 a piece by Friday. Some of you, you laughing right now. You laughing to yourself. Because some of you, when it's time to write your vision or the plan for how you going to do it, your list going to look like ski mask, 40 caliber, extra clipper bullets, rope, zip ties. You're going to have all kind of stuff on your list because you don't think that is possible. And you don't think that is possible because of the echo chamber you're in. But then there are other echo chambers where they be like, okay, that is not, any harder than scheduling a date to meet for lunch. I'm just saying, it's possible. But depending on your echo chamber, it could seem so far-fetched. I'm telling you. And you have to realize that you are doing yourself an injustice by being locked into a single echo chamber where there is no diversity. You need to put your finger on your head and push your head and say, think different. Just tell yourself, think different. Why do all your thoughts start and end in the same place? A couple weeks ago, my youngest grandson, he's the youngest of them all. He was here with me. I was watching boxing. He was in here with me. And he kept bending down. He was getting ready to jump, right? He would bend down. He was wait for me to look at him, and I look at him. And he'll jump. He'll bend down. He'll be looking up like at the ceiling fan, like he about to go through the roof. And I say, okay, 1, 2, 3, jump. and he'll spring up. Feet never left the ground. And he was enjoying it. And he felt like he was doing something. And after every time, he'd clap and he'd wait for me to clap. And I clap with him. Now, that's good at his age. But some of you all, y'all been all the way down. Like y'all gonna jump and y'all feet ain't leaving the ground. You need to get it with somebody that's gonna say, no, you ain't doing nothing. This is how you do that. You gotta come off the ground. You gotta come up out of that. You gotta leave the bottom. And just these attempts or these gestures can no longer be good enough for you. You have to get to the point where you're like, hey, look, I need to do something different. I need to see something different. Something different needs to happen. It's got to manifest. I don't care what. I'll tear all of this stuff down until something changes. And that's what you need to do. And that's when you see change. Listen, that's our time this morning. I really wanted to share that with you. And, you know, it may not have been the most spiritual conversation, but it is very necessary. It is very necessary. And in fact, I believe that it's probably one of the most spiritual conversations that you could have. It may not seem that way to you, but these echo chambers can become prisons if you allow yourself to just get locked into one. And so, what I'm saying to you is don't allow yourself to get locked into an echo chamber, a single one. Explore different ones. Make sure that everything that you believe, everything that you know to be true, can be substantiated regardless of what chamber you're in. So, if you need me before next Sunday morning at 10:30 a.m. Central Standard Time, you guys know how to hit me up. I love you all. I bid you all blessings and Godspeed. I do want you to take a moment to go and make your donations this morning if, in fact, you're blessed by these sessions, inspired, encouraged, or just helps you to refocus or go to a blank page in your mind or even stretched. I want you to take a minute and go and make a donation. If you don't know how to do that, you can reach out to the person that invited you or share this link with you or even myself, and we'll get you that information. But please do express a token of gratitude through your donations. And I will see you guys on next Sunday morning. Until then, I bid you all blessings and Godspeed. Tell them me claim it, all of my blessings, my name it. With faith, me I go own it. Nothing shall get home it. Speak life, it is a new day. All things in my past, yeah. Welcome to the new year. Me step out in faith and no fear. Blessings go find me, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I miss if ever gonna find me here. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Money gonna find me here. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I miss the blessings gonna find me here. Oh na 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 na. Me claim it, all of my blessings, my name it. With faith, me I go own it. Nothing shall get home it. Speak life, it is a new day. All things in my past, yeah. Welcome to the new year. Me step out in faith and no fear. Blessings go find me, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I miss if ever gonna find me here. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Money gonna find me here. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I miss the blessings gonna find me here. Oh na 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 na. Let me claim it. All of my blessings, my name it. With faith, me I go own it. Nothing shall get home it. Speak life, it is a new